Can you hear me? Hey guys, can you guys hear me good in the chat or sorry, on the screen? Hello, 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 hello. Yes, we can. All right, awesome. Lots of people in the chat today. So excited to see everybody here and back. So again, this is the second time that I postponed my class to a Friday because I was super sick for the last 5 days. I haven't been this sick in a very long time. So so I'm sorry if you guys were waiting for my class on Wednesday at 3 o'clock at the normal time. I apologize for that, but this is why I'm doing the class again today, right? And today is Friday the 3rd, I think. Yes, today is the 3rd of November, 2017. And it's a Friday, and it is starting to get very cold here in Vancouver. Hello, everybody saying hello in the chat. Awesome to see everybody here. Thank you guys so much. So Rosa is here, Jose, Vivek, the French Leo. Who else do we have? We have Sad, and we have Pablo, and we have Bisma, we have Gonzalo, Ashley, Samar, Julian is here also, Victoria, lots of people in the chat today. So a lot of new names that I have not seen before. Welcome to my class and thank you for coming. And a lot of my usual suspects are back as usual, which is great. Very good to see you guys. Hi RMF, welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. Mona, hi Mona, thank you. Alexander is also here. Edeltrod from Germany. Hello, I hope that I'm saying your name correctly. Edeltrod. Vivek is new to the class. Welcome, Vivek. I hope you enjoy the class today. Thank you, Rosa. Yes, I'm feeling better. I'm still a little bit sick, but I took some medicine and I'm feeling okay. I'm okay enough to do the class today, which is a good thing. So actually, I wanted to do something with you guys. I was thinking of what to do today, and I have a few options. So I was thinking of giving you guys a choice, right? So tell me in the chat, what would you like to do today? So I was thinking of doing two things, right? I was going to be doing some vocabulary, and the vocabulary is related to fashion. Or we were going to do another grammar class about the past passive, right? So all the tenses that we were talking about over the last week, or the last few weeks, or the last few lessons, like the past simple and the past continuous and the past perfect simple, right? So all of these things in the past passive. So let's see what you guys think. Is it grammar or vocabulary? So please tell me in the chat, and we will go by the majority, right? So it's a democracy, and let's see how many people. Whoa, lots of people want grammar. Grammar. Everybody's okay. Okay, grammar it is. You do not. Oh my God, everybody really wants grammar, which is an unusual thing. But I like it when people ask for grammar, because that means you guys are serious and you really want to learn, which is good. Oh, some vocabulary people are here. Some vocabulary people. Vocabulary, grammar. Lots of people want actually two different things. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 people, oh, 22, 23 people want grammar. And there is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. Well, I think the grammar guys are going to win it for this week. But don't worry. So if we don't do grammar today, I will do the so next Wednesday I'll do the vocabulary class for you guys. Right. So don't worry about that. We will do everything. I was just not sure what to do today, so I don't know. I just thought that I would get your guys' input on it. But yes, grammar wins. A lot more people want grammar than vocabulary today, so let's do grammar today. and then we will do the vocabulary next Wednesday, hopefully, if I don't get sick again. All right. So yeah, so we're doing grammar. All right, cool. We're going to be doing grammar this week. So let me just minimize myself. There we go, a little bit smaller. And all right, so let's get the normal stuff out of the way. So hello everybody, my name is Karim. I am a teacher here at a CCEL and at Canadian College. I've been working here for almost about 6 years now, using the Smrt curriculum. And yeah, it's really cool here, which is part of the reason why I started doing the streaming for Smrt, because I really enjoy using Smrt. I don't teach a particular class. I usually teach most of the levels that we have. Yeah. So Julian wants to do Julian wants to do vocagrammer. He mixed he wants vocabulary grammar. No, I'm sorry, Julian, we can't do that because it's not going to be enough time, right? It's hard enough trying to keep this class within this 1 hour. So yeah, it's kind of hard. Abdurrahim says, hello, I look Moroccan. Thank you, but I'm not Moroccan, Abdurrahim. But yeah, I'm from the area, right? I'm from the area. Let's say that. Okay, so let's get some things out of the way. Remember, you guys are watching me on the Smrt live class channel, right? Which is called Smrt English. So please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so you guys know when we're going to have the next class. Don't forget also to hit me up on my personal channel, which is Smrt English with Karim, because at some point I'm going to go back over there, right? I'm just streaming here right now because people didn't know where I was or didn't know that I had the other channel. So after some time, I'm going to go back, but you should still go there because I have some other videos on the channel, right? So I have things called Phrases with Karim. I have Vancouver Out and About. You can see me going out and about in Vancouver. Yeah, and you can check, because people always ask me where do I get the music that I play on the videos. So I have a music playlist on the channel that you guys can check out. And yes, you guys should listen to Julian. Julian says, smash Karim's subscription button. So please do that. Smash the button. We want to beat Sean. This is the mission, by the way. Our mission, if you guys are part of my tribe, our mission here is to destroy Sean's subscriber number. So help me out with that, please. Also, you can go to my personal channel, which is not related to English. It's about food. So if you guys like food and you like to eat, please check out my Food AF channel, which just type Food AF on YouTube and you will find it. And yeah, so I make videos about food and cooking and stuff like that. So you can check it out. A new video just came out yesterday, which is the better pegged potato video. So please go check that out. I think that's what the French Leo was making fun of in the chat about. So yeah, it's not English, but I speak in English, so you can practice listening, right? And I speak in a more natural, relaxed setting, so you can sort of listen to how I naturally talk. What is the time now in Canada? The time now in Canada is 12:44 p.m., right? So it's just in the afternoon, 12:44. And that's it, yeah. So please check out my Food AF channel also, and don't forget to subscribe to me over there and hit the like and hit the bell notification button so you can see my videos when they come out. That's pretty much it. So let's get into this week's lesson. So this week's lesson is from Unit 3 from Smrt 120, which is the intermediate level. And we are, like I said, we're going to be doing the past passive today, right? So this is what we guys are going to be doing. Smrt is asking, Karim, where are you from? Well, I'm Canadian, but originally I am from Egypt, right? So yeah, I'm Egyptian. I'm Egyptian Canadian. Vivek is asking an interesting question. He's saying, can you tell me what book should I go to improve my advanced level of vocabulary? To be honest, Vivek, I wouldn't really just get a book. I mean, if you have access to the internet, like right now, like you can see me, right? So if you have access to the internet, I wouldn't waste money on a book for something like vocabulary, right? My advice is when you're learning vocabulary, always try to learn vocabulary that you yourself are going to use, right? Because especially if you're learning, right? If you're still learning a language and you try to sort of get as much vocabulary as you can, it usually doesn't stick in your head, right? You forget it after some time. So I highly recommend that change the way you think about the vocabulary that you want to learn. So always say to yourself, what words do I use on a daily basis, right? What do I say every day? Or what do I say often? Or what do I say regularly, right? And try to find words for that. And the internet is a great resource. So yeah, no need to spend money on books for that. Or at least I don't think you need to spend money on books for vocabulary, right? All right, everybody in the chat is sort of just saying hi and having a good time, which is good. Okay, so let's start. So before we start, let's do last week's movie quote of the week was this, right? So this was the moisture is the essence of wetness, and wetness is the essence of beauty. Oh man, I can never say that without laughing. So a lot of you guys answered this, which is not surprising. So you can see here. Where are the answers? Why can't I see this? Oh, this is today's lesson. I don't want today's lesson. I want last week's lesson, which is, let's get it from here. So last week was today's 15. I want 14. All right, good. All right, so for you guys who are watching for the first time, so I have two of you out there who usually come to my class every week. So Julian and Patricia, and they're always fighting to see who's going to answer, first. And actually, the person who won last week was Julian, right? So Julian, good job. You actually got the movie. And so for you guys who don't know, that quote was from the movie Zoolander, which is a comedy, right? So Zoolander is a comedy starring Ben Stiller. It's an old comedy. I think it came out in 2001. But yeah. But if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's a very funny movie, and this quote was from there, right? So good job for Julian, and Patricia came in a very close second with that. But yeah, good job, you guys. So stick around to the end of today's lesson, and I will give you guys a new movie quote of the week. And I like this week's movie quote. It's pretty cool. I get to do a voice again, right? So I have to do a voice for it, which is cool. I like doing voices. Smrt says, Karim, you look like I'm Indian. I guess I see your point. Yes, I guess you can say that. I can see why some people would look at me and think I look Indian. Yep. But I'm not. Okay, so let's actually start. All right, we've wasted a lot of time. I had some internet problems before the stream today, which is why I'm a little bit late. So sorry about that. But anyway, let's get to it. So we're going to be talking about the past passive today, right? So it's more. You can think of it as it's more of a revision, really, right? So today's class is more of a revision on all the classes that we did over the last 3 weeks, which is pretty good, right? So we'll quickly go over some things, and then I'm going to get you guys to do some exercises to sort of just practice the things that we've been talking about all this time. Somebody's saying. Somebody thought I was from Pakistan. Well, India, Pakistan, that sort of area. I get what you guys are saying. We look a little similar. All right, let's start. So the past simple passive, right? So we're going to start with the past simple passive. Remember, we're talking about passive in the past, and we're going to look at all the different past tenses for that. So the first one is the past simple passive. So past simple passive is very simple. All we have to do is use was or were plus your past participle, right? Your past participle. So for example, in this picture, it says the damage was caused by a fire. So remember, what is the passive? The passive voice or a passive sentence, right? I'm just going to quickly go over this again. The passive sentence is when the focus is not on what the subject is doing, right? So for example, let's say Karim cooks food, right? Karim cooks food. This is not a passive sentence, right? This is an active sentence. Why? Because Karim, which is the subject in the sentence, is doing the action of cooking food, right? Now, if I want to change the sentence to a passive one, I would say the food. Now the food becomes the subject, right? So the food is being cooked by Karim, right? So the food, which is the subject, is not doing the action in the sentence, but the action is happening to it, right? And this is what we mean when we say a passive sentence, right? So passive means the subject in your sentence is not doing the action. He or she or it is receiving the action. So I hope that that's clear and you guys remember that, because that's important if we're going to carry on with today's lesson. So carrying on, the damage was caused by a fire, right? So the damage is not doing anything, right? The damage was caused, right, by a fire. My phone was stolen. Again, my phone was stolen. The phone is your subject in the sentence, but it's not doing anything in the sentence. Something happened to it, right? So my phone was stolen. You get food is the object. The food was cooked by Sean. The food was eaten by Sean. I think you want to say JB. Work was done by Ali last night. Very good. Someone has stolen, right? Stolen my phone, not stole. Someone has stolen my phone. The homework has been done. Yes, excellent. All of you guys are writing very, very, very good examples, which is great. Next one. The town was flooded, right? So that's not a very good thing. It looks devastating. The food was prepared by Karim. Very good sentence by Venci. Yeah, very good. Okay, so the town was flooded. One more time. The town is not doing any action, right? The action is happening to the town, right? So the town was flooded. The soccer game was played in the evening. And I just noticed that my phone is not silent. So let me do that. And there we go. Okay, back to this. So the soccer game was played in the evening. Again, the soccer game is not doing anything. It's not doing the action, even though it's the subject, right? But the action is happening to it. So the soccer game was played in the evening. And I don't think you guys have a problem with that, right? Because I remember doing this a few weeks ago with you, and you guys were doing okay. The water was drunk by the... Okay, yep, my phone was stolen. That means she has it now after... hold on, wait. Ahmed Samir is asking something, I think, or he's giving an example. I'm not sure. So Ahmed is saying my phone was actually. Let me put it here, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? So this is Ahmed Samir's sentence from the chat box. I'm just copying and pasting it. So he said my phone was stolen, and that means. My phone was stolen, and that means she has it now after being stolen. I'm not sure what you mean, Ahmed. Who has it? The person whose phone was stolen? If that is what you mean, then no, that's not correct, right? My phone was stolen. That means it's stolen. You don't have it anymore. It's stolen, right? So yeah, so when we say my phone was stolen, that means it's gone. If I say to you, my phone was stolen, I don't have it anymore, right? So I'm not sure who you mean by she in this sentence, right? But yeah, but I hope that is clear. the phone was not put on silent by Karim. Very good, RMF. That's a very good sentence. All right, carrying on. The past continuous, right? Let's talk about the past continuous passive now. So one more time, was and were, right? Because we're talking about the past. Now, because it's the past continuous, we are going to be using being, right? So being. Was or were plus being plus your past participle. And that is your past continuous passage. Passive. So let's, what are you guys saying? You guys, my phone has been stolen. My phone was stolen. They're just different tenses, Ahmed. That's it. It's just a different tense. That's fine. I'm talking about the exams are finished. No, I wouldn't say that that's an example of this. All right, let's get back. You guys are gonna get a lot of chances today. Don't worry, right? The lesson is not very long, right? The actual explanation is pretty short, and we're actually gonna spend a lot of time today doing some exercises, right? So calm down. You guys are writing a lot of things that I cannot read everything so quickly. So just hold on. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to do some exercises. Don't worry. Okay, so the past continuous. I didn't know that my photo was being taken. I didn't know that my photo was being taken at some point in the past, right? What are you saying? You're saying at some point in the past, something was happening here, right? So I didn't know that my photo was being taken by somebody else, right? Not me, somebody else was taking the photo. We could hear that a party was being held. We could hear that a party was being held. So, I don't know, I could say like yesterday, for example. Yesterday when we were sitting at home at 7 o'clock, we could hear that a party was being held next door, for example, right? So the party, right, was being held. The party is not doing anything, right? Somebody was doing the party. So the party was being held. What? Somebody says there's a beetle behind my shirt. Where is that? Where is it? I don't see it. What beetle behind my shirt? What are you talking about, Julian? Julian is saying that I have a beetle. Where's that? I don't see it. I don't see a beetle. There's no beetle. All right. I don't know what you're talking about, Julian, or if you were making a joke or something that I didn't get, maybe, but there's no beetle. Okay. Next example. When I went to the bakery, I saw that a birthday cake was being made. When I went to the bakery, I saw that a birthday cake was being made. So one more time, the birthday cake is not doing anything, right? So something is happening to it. So when I went to the bakery, at that point in time in the past, right, when I went to the bakery, I saw at that point in time something happening, right? And the cake was being made. I missed doing that to Josh. Oh, okay. So it's a joke. I get it. All right. So I'm the new guy, huh? I'm the new guy, and I didn't know the jokes that you guys did. Okay, but I'll remember that. All right, next video. The exam was being written. Yes, Ola, that's a good example. Yeah, you guys are writing good examples. Somebody is writing something in another language that I don't understand. So guys, please, let's keep it English only in the chat. No other languages, please, just so everybody knows what's going on and what everyone's saying. Okay, last example. While this video was being recorded, while the video, right? So the video is not doing the recording, right? It's happening to it. So while the video was being recorded, the earthquake started. The earthquake started. When I came home last night, my room was being cleaned. Yes, Alex, that is a very good example. She didn't know that she was being followed. That's an excellent example, Amanda. Very good. The ball was being kicked. Yes, Michael. Karim was being asked about his first nationality. That's correct. RMF. Yes, you guys are killing it. You guys are doing an awesome, awesome job. Okay, next part. The past perfect passive, right? So the past perfect passive had, of course, right? Since we're talking about the past perfect, so we're going to use had plus the verb or plus been, right? And then plus your past, again, participle. Why did you skip my example? I didn't see your example, Asala. Where is your example? Oh, there it is. The case was being negotiated and it's over. Yeah, that is a good example. I don't skip your examples on purpose, you guys, but you cannot see what I can see from my side here, right? So the chat box is like this big and it's just going right? It's very hard for me to read everything that you guys write. So if I miss something that you say, please don't take it personally and don't be offended. I don't mean to do that. It's just that it's literally impossible, right? I cannot read everything. It's impossible. Okay. All right, so let's continue. So past perfect passive, had plus been plus your past participle. So the house had just been built when it was destroyed by the hurricane, right? The house had just been built when it was destroyed by the hurricane. Remember the past perfect, right? We use it to talk about what? We use it to talk about a point in time in the past that happened before another point in time also in the past, right? So you're talking about 2 points in time in the past, and you're talking about something that happened before another point also in the past. So in this case, the house had just been built, right, when it was destroyed by the hurricane. So the house is destroyed by the hurricane. This happened. It's in the past. But before that point in the past, also in the past, the house had just been built, right? And this was last week's lesson, right? So you guys should still remember this. The next one. The woman had just been rescued from a fire when she arrived at the hospital. The woman had just been rescued from a fire when she arrived at the hospital. Same thing, right? The woman had just been rescued from a fire when she arrived at the hospital. So she arrived at the hospital. This is your point in time in the past. And before that point in time in the past also, the first thing that in this sentence that you said is what happened. So the woman had just been rescued from a fire when she arrived in the hospital, right? So both of them are in the past, but one of them is before the other. Okay, carrying on. The lesson had just been taught when I arrived. Yes, Rosa, that's a good example. The class had just been, Patricia, been, B-E-E-N. So the class had just been started when I arrived. Yeah. The class, oh, I lost it. You guys are typing a lot. Yeah, you guys are typing too fast. But yeah, you guys are doing good. I can see that a lot of you are writing very good examples, which is good. Makes me happy when you guys are doing good. Okay, one more. When I got to work, the lights had already been turned on, right? So when I got to work, this is a point in time in the past. Before this point in time in the past, also in the past, before it, right, the lights had already been turned on. Somebody's saying somebody's writing. What are you guys doing? Let's keep it clean, guys, please, in the chat. yeah, let's keep it clean. I'm going to give you guys a chance, and if you don't, I'm going to have to block you. So please, just don't. I don't want to block anybody, so please don't. All right, let's keep it clean, guys. Please keep it clean in the chat. I tried to scare, but it failed. Patricia, my family had been eaten when I arrived. Yes, that is a good but very spooky or freaky example, Amal. But yeah, that's a good sentence. That's fine. Judith is asking, do we always need just? No, you don't. You don't have to use just or already all the time. No, you don't. So for example, this sentence, when I got to work, the lights had been turned on. That's fine. You can say that. It's just common to say already and things like that. But you don't, no, it's not necessarily. It also depends on what you're really trying to say. All right. The phone had already been scratched when I bought it, right? The phone had already been scratched when I bought it. Same example, right? Again, it's 2 points in time in the past, exactly the same as the other 3 that I talked about, right? So when I bought it, right, this is your point in time in the past. Before this point in time in the past, the phone had already been scratched, right? So both of the times you're talking about are in the past. Okay, let us carry on. I don't have to. The house had been refurbished when I reached there. Yes, that's a good example. I lost my phone, which I had bought that day. Okay, yep, that's okay also. Yeah, you guys are doing good. All right, last thing before we wrap up the actual lesson for today here, let's talk about some of the use. What do we use the passive for? So again, if you guys remember from the passive lesson that I did before, we use the passive for a few things, right? So the person, for example, the person or the thing that is doing the action is called the agent of the verb, right? So remember that the agent is the person of the verb, is the person or thing that is doing the action. So, for example, the man played the guitar. The man played the guitar. The verb obviously is played, and your agent is the man. Birds were flying in the sky. Were flying is your verb. Agent is your birds. Sorry, is your agent. When I got home, my favorite movie had already. When I got home, my favorite movie had already started. Yes, that's good. When I got home yesterday, there was a demon. There was a demon broad. I think you want to say blood, right? I think that's a typing mistake, Julian. So when I got home yesterday, there was demon blood on the floor, not a. You don't need a because blood is uncountable, right? So we do not use the article a in your example. But yeah, that's a good example. That's pretty good. All right. In grammar, when we put the agent at the position of the subject of the sentence, this is called the active voice, right? So you guys know this already, and I talked about it in the beginning of the class. So just like this example here, right? So it says, a substitute teacher is teaching my students, right? So the first one is active. Why? Because the subject is doing the action, right? The subject of your sentence, or the agent here in this situation, is actually doing the action. A passive is the opposite, right? Which is what we've been talking about today. So my students are being taught by a substitute teacher. That means the students, which is the subject now, they're not doing the action is happening to them, right? by the substitute teacher. All right, you guys are doing good. Now, why do we use the passive? If you guys remember from the passive lesson, we talked about these few things here. We said we use the passive when the agent is unknown. So for example, my phone was stolen, right? I don't know who stole it, so I'm not going to say by blah, 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 blah. Yes, of course you can say it by someone. That's obvious, right? It was stolen by someone. But this is an example of when the agent is unknown, right? You do not know who is the person that did this. Or it is not important, right? It doesn't really matter. That's not the focus of what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you that, hey, this happened. It doesn't matter by who, right? That's not the point that I'm trying to tell you. Or it's clear. So for example, the bridge was built in 1975, right? The bridge was built in 1975. In this case, it's clear. Obviously, who built the bridge? The government, right? The government are the only ones who are allowed, right, to do things like that. So it was built by the government, right? Or by a contractor for the government. So it's clear, right? You don't really need to tell me who built the bridge, unless this is what you want to say, right? Unless you want to tell me who built the bridge, that's a different case, right? But this is an example of something that might be very clear. Or people in general, right? If it's obvious that this was done by just people in general, right? Again, I don't have to say by people, right? It's clear for you that you understand that it was by people. The French Leo says the subject switches with the object. Yes, that's basically what we do, right? That's basically what you do when you turn an active sentence into a passive sentence, right? You just switch the roles of the people in the sentence. Julian is saying that I will win the movie quote again this week. Those are fighting words, Julian. Those are fighting words. Let's see if you will. RMF, what is the difference between passive sentence and be or get? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you give me some examples? Just give me some examples and I'll see. Okay. So, for example, my lunch was stolen every day. Oh my God, every day. That's so bad. My lunch was stolen every day. So the agent is unknown, right? You don't know who steals your lunch every day. So I was shot or I got shot. In this example, there is no difference. RMF, they are exactly the same. If you say I was shot or I got shot, it's the same meaning. There's no difference in meaning in what you're saying. Yeah, it's the same meaning, just like the French Leo said. Yeah, it's exactly the same meaning. There's no difference. Look, the only difference is when there's a difference of definition. For example, you cannot interchange be and get when get means to acquire something, right? So, for example, if I say I'm going to the store to get some chewing gum, right? I'm going to the store to get some chewing gum. Yeah, in this case, get and be are not interchangeable because be does not mean to acquire, right? So I hope that makes it a little bit clearer. Samia, very nice of you to join the class. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming to the class. It's nice to have you. Otman is also here. Welcome to the class, Otman. Very nice of you to come. Okay. The road was being repaired. Again, here it's unimportant. It doesn't really matter maybe for me to tell you who is repairing the road, or it's clear, repair people, right? The people whose job is to do that, right? They are the ones who are doing it. All right, sorry, Smrt, but I gave you a few chances and I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to kick you out of the chat. Yeah. So guys, please look. Let's leave politics and bad language and things like that out of this class, please. Right? This is an English class where we come to learn and hopefully have fun with each other and have a good time and enjoy ourselves. So please leave the other stuff out of this. Elias, hello. Nice of you to come to the class. Okay, so here we go. The thief was arrested. So again, here it's clear, right? The only people that really can do arrests are the police, right? So when you say the thief was arrested, it's not necessary to complete the sentence and say by the police, right? Most people will know that this is what you mean. Okay. Michael is asking, is there any difference between just and only? Yes and no. It depends on what you're saying. So yeah. So sometimes you can use them in the same way. Sometimes you can't. So yeah. So I would say the answer is yes and no. It depends on what you're saying or what you want to say. Last example. Paint can be bought at the hardware store. Paint can be bought at the hardware store. By who? Obviously by people, right? Anybody who wants to buy it can go and buy it. So there's no need for me to say by people, right, at the end of that sentence. And that's pretty much it. So I think you guys are doing great, and I think you guys get it, because I can see most of you are writing really, really good examples. Elias, the lesson for today was the past passive, right? So we were looking at all the different tenses for the past passive, which we've done over the last few weeks. And it's sort of like a revision, and I'm going to give you guys some exercises to do right now. I had my phone repaired yesterday. Is this passive? Yes, that is passive, Alex. Yeah, that's definitely passive. Because your phone is not doing the action. So yeah. My phone, yeah, I had my phone repaired yesterday. Or exactly, like RMF is saying, this is causative passive, which I'm not going to explain because I don't want to confuse everybody right now. But yes, yeah. Very good. Okay, let's get into some exercises. So, I've been signed up. Let's sign in. Sign in. Here we are. What are we going to do here? Let's see. The picture takes too much space. Wait a second. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to make a copy for myself, and then I'm going to give it to you guys. My PC was turned on when Smart English started. Yes, Alexander, that is a good one. I was being helped by my friend. That's a good one, JB, also. Okay, here we go. So what do I need to do? This is my copy now, and I have to go advanced, change, get the link, save. All right, I'm gonna give you guys the link in the chat box, so please download the document. All right, some of you are starting to get it. I can see people going in. Very, very good. Okay, let's take a few from each part here, right? So from the very first one, guys. So from exercise 1, the one that says change the orange part of the sentence to the passive voice. Let's do B, C, D, and E, right? So let's do the first 4, right? So B, C, D, and E. Let me just write that down. So B, C, D, and E, right? B, C, D, and E. And please stop, right? Because if you go more than that, I'm not going to be able to see all your answers. So B, C, D, and E, and that's it, just for now, right? Okay, so I will give you guys a few moments, and I will come back. So just let me take myself out of the screen. 1, 2. All right, a few minutes and I'll be back, you guys. B, C, D, and E. Okay. Let's see what you guys are doing. You guys are doing great. I don't remember ever you guys having a problem with the exercises. You guys always kill it. You always do really, really good, which makes me feel very, very good. So that's good. Everything is good. All right, so let's see. So the first one, when I was on Main Street, I saw the police, and the part that you guys need to sort of play with is the orange part, right? So they were arresting someone. And I think everybody got this one. Pretty much everybody got this one. So let's see. So this is B. When I was on Main Street, I saw that someone was being arrested. Amanda says someone was being arrested. JB, Bisma, the French Leo. Yes. Everybody got this one correct. So when I was on Main Street, I saw the police, and then someone was being arrested. So very well done, you guys. Next one is C, and C says, the food is so fresh at this restaurant. To give you an example, they baked this bread just this morning. And again, a lot of you got this one, or I think all of you got this one correctly. Where is it? This bread was baked, okay. Where's C. The bread was just baked this morning. Very good. Yes. Yeah. A lot of you guys are getting it correctly. Forgive me if I'm not going to say all of your names because there are a lot of you today, and I'm trying to read everything as fast as I can. So the food is so fresh. At this restaurant, to give you an example, this bread was baked just this morning, right? Very good. Next one. It says we couldn't buy any tickets for the concert because they had sold all of them the day before. We couldn't buy any tickets for the concert because they had sold all of them the day before. So this is D. And where are your answers? Because all of them had been sold the day before. Okay, the French Leo, Amanda, they had all been sold the day before. Very good. Sarah says I'm too late. Well, late is better than never, but yeah, you're a little bit late. We're almost done, Sarah. But you can always watch the lesson, right? You can always watch the video later, so don't worry about that. But thank you for coming, and please stick around. All of them had been sold by the day before. Yes, so all of you guys, again, are getting this one correct, which is awesome. So we couldn't buy any tickets for the concert because all of them had been sold the day before. And the last one, E, when the typhoon arrived in my city, right? Typhoon is just another word for a tsunami, right? So some people say tsunami, some people say typhoon. It depends on where you are in the world. They have different names, but basically it's the same thing. So when the typhoon arrived in my city, it had already destroyed many homes and buildings in other places. So let's see what you guys did for that. So E is, where's E? E, I can't find it. Where's E, you guys? Oh, there it is. Other places had been destroyed already when the typhoon arrived. Okay, let's see some more. Many buildings and homes had already been destroyed by the typhoon in other places. All right, so this one, I don't know why. Some of you have mixed answers in here, but so this is the answer, right? When the typhoon arrived in my city, many homes and buildings had already been destroyed, right? When the typhoon arrived in my city, many homes and buildings had already been destroyed. So actually, in this example, the first time in the past is when the typhoon arrived in my city, right? One more step back in the past. Before that, before the typhoon arriving, it had already destroyed many homes and buildings in other places, right? And that's That's what it means. Okay, very good. So let's do a different exercise. So one more. I'll do one more exercise with you guys, and I will let you fly away after that. So let's see. Should we do this one, or what's the last one? It says complete the sentences. No, I think this one's too easy, right? This one's too easy for you guys. You're just gonna pick the word. Nah, I don't want to give you something that's too easy. Well, actually, I don't know which one is easier. I don't want to give you an easy one. I want to give you guys a hard, something hard, so we can take have time. Had been destroyed. Yes, yes. Oh, Julian is saying that a live stream on his channel might start tonight. That sounds interesting. Might go check it out, Julian. All right, actually, tell you what, let's do the second one. Why not? So second exercise, let's do another, I don't know, let's do another 5, right? So let's do another 5. So B, C, D, E, and F, right? So B, C, D, E, and F. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys after that. So B, C, D, and F. What does it say? It says complete the sentences in the passive voice, right? Use the past simple, continuous, or perfect. That's it. So passive voice, the answers are all going to be in passive voice. And I am going to take myself out in a second. So here I go. Okay, and we are back. All right, so Julian was saying that we are untrickable. Yeah, I guess you guys, it's not very easy to trick you guys in my classes. Or maybe I'm just, I'm teaching in such an awesome way that you guys understand and I just can't trick you. Or at least that's my fantasy. Okay, so let's see what you guys did. All right, first one, this damage, and you have to use the verb cause by a flood. So this damage, and most of you, again, or all of you almost, I should say, really, excuse me, most of you got this right, so cheers. You guys said was caused by a flood. So this damage was caused by a flood, and you can clearly see it, right? It's already happened, and the damage is done. So very good. C. Oh, Julian's iPad is at 2% again. We should start finishing this up. It's like you do this on purpose, Julian. Charge your iPad before the class. But I know that 2%, last time that 2% lasted for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It was crazy. So hopefully we'll finish before your 2%, Julian's 2% die. So Sandy arrived while lunch. While. So while is your hint, right? This is the word that's going to give you a little bit of a hint that the answer here should be was being made, right? So she came during, right, the time that lunch was being made. And that's the answer. So very well done, you guys. Next, we have, it says, where is this? Next is D. So you guys wrote, this computer was $200 off because the box had already been opened. Rosa says, had already been opened. Amanda, where are the other D's? D's. Paulo had already been opened. Dea had already been opened. Smrt had already been opened. Yeah, so that's it, you guys. Very well done. The answer actually is had already been opened, right? So you bought a computer, right? You already bought it, right? So the computer was $200, right? When I got it in the past. Why? Because at some time before that point in the past, it had already been opened. So you guys got that right. Very well done. Next is E. I turned off the lights because the room. I turned off the lights because the room. It wasn't being used. Julian says it hadn't been used. Okay. I turned off the lights because the room was not being used. So some of you, I don't know if you guys are these typing mistakes or are they mistakes? I don't know. Should I be happy that you guys are making mistakes? I shouldn't. All right. Next, I turned off the lights because the room wasn't being used. Right now, nobody's using the room, right? So when I turned off the lights. So that's why we're using the continuous, right? So I turned off the lights. Why? Because when I turned off the lights, at that point in time, nothing was happening, right, in the room. And that's why I turned it off. I hope that makes sense. The last one is F. We were at the park when this photo, we were at the park when this photo, and you guys, this is what? F, was taken. So JB says was taken. Judith says was taken. Amanda says was taken. Who else? I can't find it easily. F. Where's F? Julian. The photo had been okay. They was meaning. Okay, so again, some mixed answers for this one, but let's see what the answer is. So we were at the park when this photo was taken. We were at the park when this photo was taken, right? So the photo is taken. The photo is done. It's right there. You can see it in front of you, right? The photo it's taken. It's already taken. You guys remember the smiley face from a few weeks ago? So right. So the photo's already taken, and that's why. You're just saying that when it was taken, where were we? We were at the park. And that is it, you guys. So we're done for today, and as usual, you guys did fantastic. And as usual, because you guys did fantastic, you all deserve a virtual high five. Good job, everyone. Okay, so next Wednesday, hopefully on my normal time, so Wednesday at 3 p.m. Vancouver time, I am going to do the vocabulary class, right? So for all the people that wanted the vocabulary class today instead of the grammar, please watch me on Wednesday, and you guys should, that's what I'm going to do, right? So I'm just going to do the vocabulary next Wednesday. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for sticking around. I'm just going to very quickly say something, and then I'll do the movie quote of the week. And then you guys can fly away. You are very, very welcome. A lot of people are saying thank you in the chat. Thank you guys for coming and spending this time with me. So I thank you. It's totally my pleasure. I have fun. I actually look forward every week to coming and hanging out with you guys. I really enjoy it. It's a good time for me. Okay, so remember, Smrt. Watch me on Smrt Live until I tell you that I'm going to go back to my channel, which is here, right? So if you don't know where my channel is, please go to Smrt Live, which is the channel that you're watching right now, and just sort of go down a little bit, and then you will see my face. So just click on my face, and that will take you to my channel. So let's try that. So click on my face, and boom, that'll take you to my channel. And that's it. When you reach my channel, please hit or like Julian says, smash the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the bell so you can also check notifications for when I start to do more videos on this channel again. You can also check me out on my Facebook, Karim Smrt Live, on the Instagram, Karim Smrt Live, on Twitter, Karim Smrt Live. I'm on all the social things as Karim Smrt Live, so you guys can very easily find me. And do not forget, Food AF. So if you guys eat like human beings, please go check out my food channel. You might like it. You might find some interesting stuff. Worst case scenario, if you are not a big fan of food, think of it as you can practice listening, right? So go watch me cook some interesting things, and hopefully you like it. All right, so let's wrap it up. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. There's no need to say thank you, guys. You are very, 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 very welcome. No problem whatsoever. Michael says, I like cooking food. That's great. I like cooking food. Also, my wife likes eating it very much, but which is fine, right? So I enjoy cooking it, and she likes to eat it. So it's a good thing. It's a good relationship that we have. All right. JB wife. Yes, my wife. Actually, you can see my wife here. So if you go to my channel, she is in some of my videos. So you can go check out the videos over there, and you'll see me and my wife. All right, so let's do the movie quote. And thank you. So I enjoy your class. Oh, you're so welcome, Rosa. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. That's. I'm gonna have a nice weekend now because of your kind comment. Thank you very much. All right, let's do movie quote of the week. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, no, I erased some of it. No. Where did it go? Okay, I'll do that again. Man, I keep doing this. All right, doesn't matter. I know what it says. Okay, ready? So I'm gonna do a little voice. And hopefully this works. So let's test it out. So this is the quote. You guys can see it, and here it is. So let's do this. So let's see. Calm. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Calm down, doctor. Now's not the time for fear. That comes later. One more time. Calm down, doctor. Now's not the time for fear. That comes later. Well, I tried my best. It's not my best voice for this. I usually can do it a little bit better, but I think it's because I'm sick. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it correctly. But anyway, this is the movie quote. So please don't forget. Do not tell me in the chat right now, right? Because after I close the stream, I can't see the chat, right? The chat just disappears and I can never see it. So if you know the answer, comment in the comment section below the video and type it out. And let's see if Julian is gonna beat Patricia this week. And that's pretty much it. So let me just go boom like that. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming and spending this hour and a half with me every week. Remember, this is not my normal day, right? Usually I'm on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Vancouver time, right? So I'll see you guys next Wednesday at 3 p.m. and it's going to be a vocabulary class. Michael says you look very funny. Yes, I do. Whenever I do the movie quote of the week, I try. I always end up looking very silly, which is okay. That's fine. I don't mind looking silly. Oh, Rosa is going to go watch the potato video right now. Yes, you should go watch my potato video. It's a good video. So please check it out. So anyway, thank you guys for coming, and until I see you next Wednesday, good morning, good evening, and good night. And I am going to go sha-a-pow.